get hot in here.
Hey out there in YouTube land, it's me. Listen, I haven't been on in a while to talk about PTSD. I got Babe over here. But you gotta get in the camera.
Oh,
you in the camera. You gotta get in the camera.
All right.
Okay, yeah, you're in the camera right there. So I did a video back in 2012, and I was talking to people about PTSD. My husband, Babe, he has PTSD, and it's been a journey. So we wanted to come up and do an update, just talk about how he's been and all that stuff. So I'm gonna be an interviewer today. An interviewer. So I'm gonna ask some questions of my husband. Maybe something he says today could impact somebody's life. Could give them some encouragement. Give somebody some encouragement who may be going through PTSD. So anyway, babe, since my last video, when I made it about PTSD, because I was fairly new to it, and I didn't. Before that, I had never been around anybody that had PTSD before, or not that I knew of.
You was in it for a few years when you made that video.
Well, I'm just saying, I was really being the fact that I was working.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a lot of time to go to your group meetings and to really know. And when I got a little bit of time, when I made the effort to go and really get to know what PTSD was, it was kind of eye-opening. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to know, since the last video that I made, how have you been with your PTSD?
Well, I've been managing, along with seeing my doctors. I've been managing. Mm-hmm. I still, there's still things that happens. But someone with PTSD, I think, have to have a strong partner. Some people in the family, strong people in the family. Because you have to understand, when you go into the military and you experience things, you come out different. Mm-hmm. You're not the same. I don't care who you are, and what you were like before. When you come back, it's different. But for me, with medication, and I've been taking it faithfully. Well, with your supervision. With your supervision.
We're not gonna talk about that, okay?
With her supervision.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, I've been doing fine.
Okay, all right. So since you were diagnosed with PTSD, has it improved? Is it the same? I know you just answered that it's pretty much manageable. You're y'all look at my nails. Oh my God, I gotta go get them done. But anyway, I know you said it's manageable. Is it? I'm not gonna say. I don't know. I don't think you can ever cure PTSD.
No. From what I'm experiencing, and from people that I go to several groups, PTSD groups, and I do that. So because I like being around people that understand me.
You say you need the camaraderie.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. So if I can empathize with you, because I've never experienced it myself. It doesn't necessarily feel the same as it would because you're with somebody.
And these group meetings are real helpful, because it's like a shot during the week. I need that shot to go.
To keep you going.
Exactly.
It ain't me.
Well.
something that. So what I'm trying to say is this information that you're sharing with the viewing audience here is that if you have PTSD, getting into groups is really, really important.
That's not only getting into groups, enrolling in VA if you're not enrolled.
I mean, but how can you get somebody enrolled? Because you and I have encountered, and we know that there are people who need help, and they just refuse to go to the VA because they don't want to deal with the hassle of VA.
I know. I got a lot of friends that went through that, especially the Vietnam vets, because in the early days, in the 70s and the 60s, when they came back from Vietnam, they had a bad experience at VA, and they just said, "I ain't going over there no more." And it's been 10, 15 years or 20 years. They never came back.
Yeah.
And all it is their symptoms and everything get worse. You got self-medicating.
Yeah.
You try to self-medicate yourself.
Because what do you mean when you say self-medicate?
Drugs, alcohol, because you can't sleep.
Right.
You can't sleep and you want to go to sleep. So what you do, you self-medicate. Okay. And then sometimes it might turn tragic. You might try to suicide. Yeah. Depression and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've heard
because I experienced that.
A lot of instances of people who are not getting help at the VA or who have actually gone to the VA. If anybody, excuse me, y'all, this is a little bit too bright. If any of you guys have watched the news in any state, any city, you've seen where veterans have needed help and the VA have turned them away or didn't give them the help that they need, and they felt that there was no other choice. They may have committed suicide or they've been in a situation where a cop was called out and the cops may have killed them because they need help, they need help. So
and if somebody knows somebody that they need to try to get them to the VA.
Yeah, they could try. I mean, that's an uphill battle.
Because in the beginning, I was in denial.
Right.
I kept denying. I don't have ain't nothing wrong with me. That's when a vet, ain't nothing wrong with me, but the family or the spouse sees something different. Yes. In him or in that person. Right. Because see, years ago, I wouldn't even be talking about that. I would tell you, if you had to ask me to do this some years ago, in the beginning, I wouldn't even want to hear.
Believe me, this is an improvement, y'all. I ain't trying to tell all our business, but this light, I'm sorry, y'all. This light so daggone bright, it's about blind me. Anyway, but we would go to places, and it's kind of like that now. Not on the level that it was, but you need to get more in the camera.
Which way?
I don't know. You go this way?
So I can go get Sparkle?
No, he's Sparkle. Sparkle ain't got nothing to do with this. Baby, that dog. No, you go this way. You come this way. But we would go places, and my husband would freeze. If it was more than 10 or 15 people, let me tell you this story. When we went to see the Mummy, the King Tut exhibit, when it was at the Civic Center, there was a group of people, maybe 30, 40 people, that they all had you together, and you're supposed to wait for the group to go. My husband was like 15, 20 feet ahead of everybody. Every time the crowd would get near, he just go. He just go. And so from back then till today, how he it's still there, but it's not like it was. He can stay for a time in a place where it's a lot of people without experiencing full-blown panic attacks or being hyper vigilant. He can handle that now. Well, a little bit.
And some vets will see this if they're a vet. A lot of vets with PTSD, when they go into when we go into the restaurant, I need to see the exit. I need to sit.
Yes.
Right. I need to. It's certain things I want to. It has to be.
Right.
Or I don't want to be there.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, but I think overall, guys, listen. They have doctors at the VA who can coach you or help you move past some of the things that may keep you from being social. Now, it took a while. And you had an assignment. We would go to Starbucks. Starbucks is not that big, but it's pretty crowded on a regular basis. And he could only do 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And that was it. We had to get out of there. So if you have anxiety in public, being around people, maybe if my people out there, your spouses or family members could get some help from the VA and get these doctors that could to help you address the issue, whatever it is, and maybe get you to a point to where you're not isolating yourself all the time. Because
I was always isolated.
Yes, you were. Always isolated.
And still today, I do it because see, I don't know if this ever gonna stop. It's never gonna be over. But I sometimes I get hyper vigilant. I be checking. It's like I'm checking the perimeter. I got to make sure.
Yes, Lord.
I gotta make sure.
Yes. Take cover, okay? It's like, it's not. We're not joking about it because this is really real. These things I've experienced with him, which when it first happened, it was like, oh my God, what do I do? And until I started going to classes with him, I started to understand. I started paying attention. I think they had a video. They give us a video. They give you a video. And just being being interactive, or not. What's the word here, babe? What am I looking for? Being a part of, wanting to know how to help him.
Because some of the classes at VA, the classes we would do together.
Yeah.
Family members could come in and we could do together, and that helped because it helped the partner or the family members understand where we coming from.
Right, that's true. Come on, slide up somewhere, babe. Can you come? Are you comfortable? Your legs too long, huh?
Can I get Sparkle?
Don't leave Sparkle alone. Bring that barking dog up here. We're gonna cut this video off. We might have to do this in like 2 or 3 parts. I think we had 13 minutes. So it's a few more questions that I want to ask. I don't want to make this real lovely. We'll just keep going.
Yeah.
So
can I get Sparkle?
Now
Can I get Sparkle?
Leave Sparkle alone, babe. Stop it.
Okay.
We can't make a video without you acting out. Leave the dog alone. The folk don't want to see Sparkle. We trying to talk about some serious stuff.
It's been a long time.
It's that Sparkle is good. She is good. She over there sleeping. You wake up, she gonna pull. Okay. Right. Don't we sound like an old married couple? So anyway, one of the next questions I wanted to talk about or ask you about. Now, guys, you don't know, but my husband takes a lot of medication. In the beginning, he would take about 38, was it 38? 39 pills a day. I'm recording, Jasmine. I'm recording. Maybe I should stop and start over.
No.
Not start over. Anyway, so he used to take like 38, 39 pills a day. And I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of meds.
That's when we first met. I mean, that's when we first started
the relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, because
and you left stuff at my house and stuff,
babe, oh my God.
Well, whatever.
I'm gonna punch you. Anyway, so I was like, oh my God. It's like, why do you take so many pills? So I don't know if you know, but I'm gonna let you know that I'm pretty doggone nosy. And if I think something, you better stop it, babe. Anyway, I want to know what a medicine is or whatever it is, besides medicine. I want to know. I'm curious. That's what I said, curious. So I would take his pill bottles and I would Google the medicine and I would read what the medicine is for. And the medicine of the next pill would be some of the same things that this one is for. And I'm like, babe, why is your doctor giving you the same medication? If this pill treats this thing, why are you getting this medication specifically just for that one when this one does the same? So, I had to go fight for my man. I had to put on my armor, and I went in that doctor's office, and I was like, "Excuse me, like I see this. Why is he taking this when this one does the same thing? Even for that one, it's like, come on." They was like, "Oh, yeah, you know what? Well, we need to get him off of that, and this and that and whatever." And he had got down to 1.6 pills a day. Now he's about at his pills have gone up because through these 10 years,
it's a lot of adjustments. Sometimes I have a nightmare. I start having, especially we call it the anniversary when your traumatic event happened.
Mm-hmm.
Usually mine's around Christmas time,
mm-hmm.
the holidays, and I can't. That's bad for me.
It starts in October, like the end of October.
Yes,
it's at the end of October.
It's just I just get all. It's just not a good time.
I think that one of the ways to deal with one of the ways that we found that's helpful to deal with that is to leave.
Yeah.
To leave. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, we usually plan a trip away on Christmas or Thanksgiving. If we kind of alternate on visiting with families, I stick with my family here, and we'll go to Louisiana, do whatever. We'll try to
bring Sparkle when we go sometimes.
Oh God, babe.
No, serious, don't.
Did you take your pills today? Did you? Okay, you take.
Okay,
oh, babe. Dude, right there. But yeah, I think if it's affordable for you to do, I mean, I'm talking like a hotel. You don't have to be with anybody. Mm-hmm. You just want to get away until that day passes so that you're not thinking about it. You're someplace else and you're not in a place where it reminds you. That's one of the things that we found that's really, really helpful for us to get through a difficult time.
Yes, because we live in Atlanta, and we just go to family during the holidays, or just go to a different place, a different environment, just something, different.
Yeah,
to keep my mind off of.
Yeah, it's been working. Whatever works. Hello, whatever works.
Now, for me, Sparkle.
Oh my God!
I'm just telling you. Wait, just listen. Sparkle. When I start getting anxious, you know this.
Oh yeah.
She knows.
Sparkle is amazing. She is instinctual. I don't know how this dog knows, but when my husband is in crisis, when he's having a moment,
she's there.
She is there. She will not move. My husband has
one time I had a diabetic.
Yes. She's not trained for this or anything. Nothing.
Talking about the time when she woke me up.
Yeah. He was because y'all. God, when I go to sleep,
well, a lot of times I don't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be up for 2 days.
You fight the medicine.
Yeah.
You fight the medicine.
So, and that's why every so often when I go to my psychiatrist, they tweak the medicine because the same thing might not work from January to February. I mean January to January.
Yeah, within a year. Sometimes you have to tweak it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I stay up all night and stuff and be with Sparkle.
Yeah. They're like the best buddies ever. So like it doesn't happen too often, but one night when I was sleeping, my husband was sleeping also. Sparkle woke up and woke him up because he was feeling really, really bad. And he didn't wake me up. I don't know why he didn't wake me up. But he took his sugar, checked his blood sugar, and it was, what was it, 40 something? 40 something. Oh, it was hard. He didn't wake me up. He was sweating, and if you know anybody that has diabetes, if you have diabetes, you know the symptoms when it's too low. So it was and a dog woke him up, and he was, he of course got some food and stuff into him, and to bring his sugar up.
But if she hadn't done it, it could have been.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like way worse. Possible diabetic coma. Yeah. She just woke him up. I don't know. She's done that a lot of times in 10 years. Yeah, we've had her from her. No, how old is she?
9.
She's about 9. For 9 years, she's done that a lot of times. It's like instinctual. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, we're at 20 minutes. I'm going to pause this. And then we're going to do another video. So we can have like a part 2 or something. We'll be back. You got issues. I got issues.